Hello, good people of the internet. I'm going to try something different. I'm not going to stream this one. I'm just going to go straight in and record a few of these. So this game I had since, well, early access, quite early on, I think, in the early access, and played it a few times, and it was being updated quite a bit. 20 minutes till dawn, and it's a survivors-like game, so similar to Vampire Survivors. And the crux of it, the reason why it's called 20 minutes till dawn, is that you have 20 minutes and you have to survive the 20 minutes. And it's quite interesting. It's just recently had its 1.0 release, which I haven't played yet, so I'm looking forward to trying some of that. So you'll see I already have lots of runes, which you get. That's kind of your rogue-lite type improvement mechanic. There are things I can unlock with my runes, and also there are some things where you have to survive a couple of levels to get those. But basically there are different heroes who you will choose. Well, you can choose one, which we'll do in a second. And then there's a different gun. So some guns pair nicely with some heroes, or maybe they don't pair nicely at all. Some of them are maybe don't fit your playstyle, or they kind of force you into doing different things in terms of the upgrades you may choose because of the ability that the hero has or the thing that the gun does. So let's ignore runes for now. Let's just go with someone who I have played with relatively recently. So yeah, some of the abilities. Shana can reroll upgrades. Diamond starts with high HP. Scarlet, on every third shot, throws out a wave of fire that burns enemies. Hina summons a shadow clone, and that deals damage. Spark gives you extra lightning. Lilith summons a spirit. Oh, when enemies are killed, summons a spirit. Spirits chase down enemies. There's also a gun which I think shoots out spirits as well. And Abby, who, if you right-click, will shoot all your remaining ammo. And what else do we have? Oh, black holes. And every 6th shot sends out a frost butterfly. Anyway, let's go with Abby, because she has... how's it described? Right-click to quickly shoot all of your remaining ammo in random directions. And so for that, I would probably want lots of ammo in the clip. So I may choose a gun which fits that kind of archetype. So the dual SMGs, you'll notice 24 ammo means that when I right-click, it's going to fire lots and lots of bullets. That's something which obviously goes, but there are other things which maybe would make it different. So there's the gun that shoots bats that chase down enemies, or maybe you want to go and use the crossbow, but you might then just try and choose the thing which kind of goes with your hero's ability. Just to show the game then, I'm going to go with dual SMGs. There are various modes. I would... Endless is obviously endless, just going for a high score. Quick play is 10 minutes, so it's 10 minutes till midnight, but faster XP game. And 20 minutes is the standard mode. And then as per lots of roguelites these days, you'll find that there's kind of this hardness increasing mechanic. And so in this game it's called darkness. So you'll probably start from, well, you do start from 0, basically just survive the game. And on level 1, you have a small enemy spawning more often, then the small enemies have more HP, then the elites have more HP, then bosses have more HP, then they deal double damage, and then bosses deal double damage, and then enemies move faster, and then it reduces your upgrade choices. Small enemies deal double damage in the last 5 minutes, so you don't want to have anything weak going on in the last 5 minutes. And I guess the last time I played this and wasn't able to kind of progress past was Darkness 11, where experience gain is reduced. Now, just because this is my first time playing on 1.0, I'm going to maybe go back to Darkness 10 and see how that goes. And we will click play. And it will ask us which one we want to go to. And let's just go with the forest. There are different maps here that you can choose. Okay, so WASD to move, left mouse button to shoot. And she will reload automatically if you just stop shooting. So you don't have to click R. I don't know if that's just this gun. And you see the little dots, I collected enough that I have leveled up. So now I have my 4 choices. So pickup range, and it even shows you what's in the tree. So pickup range, if I choose that, then it will start showing me the other things in the pickup tree. So this increases your pickup range and vision range. This increases your, well, so read this one first. Pickup range, and it increases the chance to refill ammo, which could be useful, because you could end up with a loop of never even having to reload. And you can also increase your fire rate with that one. So those are useful. Dragon is a very interesting one. And if you get it early on, choose it. If you're getting it late on, maybe don't. It goes probably better with a summon build, because you see it says summon an egg. So you get these creatures which will do shooting next to you. Those are called summons. They have their own sort of improvements, upgrades. Glare increases vision range, and in that tree as well, it increases. Well, glare itself does damage to enemies within your vision range, and then that damage can be doubled. Also applies when it hits when your bullets hit, which later on is going to be a lot. So you're going to be having a lot of area of effect damage. So glare is quite good, and then yeah, it can happen twice as often. And the magic lens gives you a lens that bullets can pass through, and does extra damage. And I think with this build, because we're going to be doing lots of hits, that having glare could be quite useful. Or pickup range. Let's go with glare. So it also gives you a nice, a bit of time between choosing the upgrade. So I am aiming. It does say you can have auto aim on. And as you can see, on, well, at least before Darkness 11, the upgrades come relatively quickly. So we can either have power shots and more damage, summon a ghost, so again, that kind of goes along with dragons and summons and stuff. Bullets, being able to freeze enemies, which makes them slower. And that tree is very interesting as well, because those freeze leads to, they lose some of their HP, and when shooting your last shot, you can fire more ice shards, and then I think maybe one of the most powerful things, and I think they've maybe nerfed it a little bit, is that they, when they're killed and they have freeze, they will then explode and do damage to the enemies around them. I think that used to be a lot harder than 7%, but it's now 7%. And that one's about lightning. But for now, because we have bullets, let's just go with bullet damage. This is maybe going to be a bit of a gun run compared to something else. And you can see that, because that also had knockback, when I'm hitting the enemies, they are being knocked back. So there was also auto aim. So this, I press space, I'm not even moving my mouse anymore. It's just going to shoot for me, and it's choosing the nearest one. So that's an option if you don't like to actually aim with your mouse. What do we want? We want maybe... So yeah, this is the second one in this power tree. So we can go for bigger, more damage and stuff. Or we can start building up on the fire rate tree. I think fire rate is going to be useful. So let's go with that. And one thing I haven't shown just yet is her special ability, which we were talking about before. So if I just... Oh, Oh, I didn't have a lot of ammo there. And actually, I lost my shield. I just click right click, which takes quite a while to reload, but she fires all her bullets in all directions, which can be useful. I think at the moment, targeting the enemies is more effective. So another summon, the Scythe, which goes along with the Ghost and the Dragons. Taking aim decreases the speed of the bullets, but increases the spread. And in that tree is Penetration and Assassin, which are good abilities. Sniper, so more damage, automatically killing enemies below a certain percentage, all very helpful. Bullet Bounce as well is good. So, and Glare, the Intense Glare pushes us up the Glare tree, so that could be useful. But I like having Bullet Bounce because then we'll progress up that tree. So that means you'll see our bullets now, they should, if I fire one, while they're kind of penetrating through, you see learn it just bounce through. These white enemies will... I'm surrounded. Did that work? No. So I lost a health there. The white enemies are going to explode. And that's just something they do. On death, they explode. If they get close to you as well, they will try and explode you. Okay, dodge, I think, wasn't in the game when I last played it. Or if it was, I kind of dodged it. So dodge could be interesting. I suppose it gives you the ability to not actually get hit by the enemies. So what do these do? Dodge plus 20%, plus 10% and move speed, plus 5. And character size minus 25%. And the last one, move speed plus 15%. Your dodge chance is increased by bonuses to your move speed. Okay, that is actually ringing a couple bells. Maybe it was in the last time I tried. Magic Spear is also one of the newer things. It's another summon. Gain a soul heart every 90 seconds. Soul hearts are also new. Soul shield. Increase max limit of soul hearts by 2. Gain a soul heart when you lose a soul heart. Enemies also lose 8% of their max HP. Does not affect bosses. Okay. So that's kind of an interesting like defense mechanic, I guess. I'm going to go with Splinter. Enemies explode into 3. When killed, these bullets deal 10% damage. And you'll see some of those. So if I kill... and I'm doing terrible in this one, maybe because I'm not paying enough attention to it. If I kill one, you'll probably see that more bullets tend to fly out of them. And the main aim is obviously survive, and I'm already down. I have one of the runes I bought, a Holy Shield, as a level up. So I start the game with a Holy Shield. I've already... that should refresh every 90 seconds. Hasn't refreshed yet. And also, I have 4 lives up here, and I've already lost 2 of them. There is a way to get them back, but it's not easy. Light bullets would increase my max ammo from 24 to 25. Could be useful. Or I could choose to stand still and therefore not consume ammo, which is probably more powerful than that, at least for now. And yeah, the Ghost Friend. So let's go with the Siege, which is the last one in that tree. You can still get the light bullets, as you can see. It's still there. It will appear again. But now if I stand still... Oh, if I can... I mean, standing still can be dangerous. Because you kind of need to be moving out the way of the enemies. And also, don't forget to pick up all your experience. Running into the tree as well causes you damage, right? So maybe I do need to pick up a health bonus at some point. Aero magic is also relatively new. So what can we have? Haste increases our speed. Takes us down the haste tree. Aero magic will shoot out gales of wind. I'm just trying to work out if any of this goes nicely with some of the other things that I've got, like Glare. Deal double of Gale's damage to nearby enemies every 2 seconds. Gale damage is increased by 5. move speed. Gale's damage is increased by bonuses to move speed. Or I can get Big Shot, which does more damage. I don't think I need bullet damage at the moment. Let's go with some magic then. Let's see how that helps us. So you can see that Gale, and the sound you heard a second ago was probably the Divine Shield, Holy, what's it called? The shield that I have, my Holy Shield, returning. So now if I get hit, it's not the end of me. And so we've just come up to 3 minutes, and you can probably see there's a boss. This is one of the first bosses in the game. It comes after 3 minutes. Okay, so we can, we could take Windborne, or having lightning every time our Holy Shield is active. Well, we're hoping our Holy Shield is active all the time. Could be useful. So let's go with that. 22 damage every second, I think is quite good. If we have our Holy Shield. And you'll probably find when you play this that the you may be struggling a bit. Okay, I was clearly not paying enough attention. You may be struggling a bit, but then you'll see you get a new ability and it maybe changes the entire game. Or you may find that you just slowly fall behind the curve of the game. That can also happen. Reload rate, I think is important, because we're finding that we're shooting bullets and maybe a bit slow to do that. Also, the fire rate is helpful. So now the boss is dead, you can see they've left behind something which is worth picking up. Although I need to be more careful than what I am doing, clearly. So now I've got lightning, I can get more lightning, and every second shot calling down lightning is very powerful for a gun where we're shooting lots. That may be something I take before any of the others, just to get on that lightning tree. And you can see now, lots of my shots are doing damage. I haven't actually been using her special. So, sometimes when you get this box, it gives you something particular to your hero, or maybe to your gun. Or is it just hero? Anyway, in this case, it's given me a special ability for Abby, which is Make It Rain, which doubles how fast her ability fires. And so before it was relatively slow, it wasn't that useful. Now if we look at it, you see pretty much all the bullets go very, very quickly. And I don't know if that was me being protected by my Holy Shield, but yes, probably was. I need to be more careful. So now you'll see that maybe if I want to keep using that, the reload speed is really important. So if I ever see reload speed popping up here, or the tree for it, then I should definitely go down that tree. I said HP is hard to come by. There is this ability which increases your max HP, and the tree for that then can also increase it by 2, and this is just increasing it. It will give you one filled up, so if I get this one now, I'll go to 2 out of 5, but it doesn't give you new HP as you play. For that, there's like this one down here, so if you get that far in that tree, you'll then start healing every 90 seconds, or in the fire tree, you'll note that there is, I think, the chance of like 1 in 100 to get an HP for every burn. Well, for every 1 in 100 burns. So anyway, I'm going to take this because I'm on 1 HP, and I think it's vital that I have some vitality. yeah, reload speed I think is killing me at this moment in time. I mean, not maybe literally killing me because I haven't actually lost a life in a while, but it's definitely not helping me with that. And things are only going to get harder, should I say. So I can get the electro bug, which cools down lightning. I'm not sure I like that as much as some of the other things on this tree. Refilling ammo is definitely useful. Pick up range, glare. I mean, having more powerful glare could be useful. Or starting to have frost, because slowing down enemies could be useful as well. Let's go with that. And maybe you're thinking I'm going into a lot of trees and you wouldn't necessarily do that. Well, maybe that was a good point. So now this is the second boss. We've just hit the 5-minute marker, and you'll see that I'm not actually firing a lot at the moment because I'm letting my other abilities do it for me. This horse reindeer thing will basically run at you, and you're kind of restricted, so you can't just keep walking away forever. Oh. But yeah, he does a very big dash there, which can catch you out, especially if you've reduced your move speed. Okay. So the aero damage that we added before, doubling it for nearby enemies could be useful. Or the curse tree could be useful. Or going up the ice tree could be useful. There's lots of things that could be useful. It's one of those games where, you know, everything seems good, depending on which type of build you're going for. And when enemies inflicted with freeze, they lose 15% of their HP. I think I like that, especially because it maybe takes us closer to getting shatter. So let's go with that. And yeah, if you don't kill the boss, they'll just stick around. The fence will disappear, but he'll just be around trying to kill you. So you may want to concentrate some of your fire on that. So yeah, you can see now the fence is gone, because I wasn't really concentrating my fire on him, but just letting the other things do it. So he's going to be a constant thorn in my side. There are lots and lots of enemies now, and I regret some of my choices, but that's fine. Okay. So what do we have? We have Electrobug. We have Double Shot. That increases the number of projectiles. Now you may think, well, I've got 24 on my bullets, but actually this will shoot, because I've got 2 guns, it will shoot, which are shooting 1 bullet each. I think this effect applies to both guns individually. It's a bit of a weird thing with the dual SMGs, but normally, so you're firing 1 bullet, and you will, from this, be then shooting 2, but your ammo doesn't change from 24, so you're effectively having 48 bullets in your clip. Now, because I've got the dual SMGs, I think it gets quadrupled rather than doubled. Well, no, it's still doubled, but effectively you have 4 bullets instead of 2. So I'm going to choose that, obviously. It's also a tree that I really like because it gives you more projectiles further up here and can shoot behind you. Have they nerfed that one as well, the Fusillade? I think so. I think that used to be like plus extra. Oh no, it doubles the base projectiles. That's what it does. That's what it says it does, whether it still actually does that. Anyway, we're going to go with that one. The other ones were Anger to get us up the health tree, or Windborne, which ties in with movement speed, which I don't think we have much going on with that. Anyway, so you'll now see that we have double the amount of bullets, and therefore double the amount of damage effectively, although we did have to give up some things for that. And you'll see at this point things get a lot harder. We have... I even lost my shield there. It would maybe be a lot easier if I didn't leave the boss around, so I maybe should be focusing on that. Yes, the boss is now dead. And these guys with the big eyes are firing the red projectiles at me, which I think the red is maybe a bit annoying, because it can clash a bit with some of the other things which are, you know, the enemies are this dark color, which you're already trying to avoid, so you may not see the red. Anyway, options. We can have a bullet behind you, which is always useful, I think. When lightning strikes an enemy, refilling ammo is also good, because we have a lot of lightning at the moment. Let's say that our reload is too slow, so we're going to get the energized one. So we're trying to refill our ammo. And if you look at the ammo counter when I'm firing, you'll see it should already be trying to fill up. And if I stand still, because I have the thing where you're standing still, then it will, you know, that's kind of a double, we should be having more ammo type arrangement. In fact, if I stand still, you'll maybe even see that we, maybe not quite infinite ammo, but quite good in terms of, you know, when we have to reload, it's not that frequent. So this is the horses bonus, and it gives you a slightly different upgrade. It gives you these tombs, so you can choose one of these things, or you can leave. You can always decide to leave if you don't think this will help you. Electro, so that increases reload rate, which we already think is maybe a bit low for us. And when shooting your last ammo, call lightning onto a nearby enemies for 22 damage, which maybe isn't that good for us because we have a lot of ammo. So we're not always, and we're also refilling that ammo. So maybe that's not good for us. It's Tomb of Summoning. We don't have summons, so again, and it also reduces the reload rate. And move speed is good, but it reduces the max HP. Now at this point, even though the vitality, when we got the HP, it gave us an extra health. This one will just take one off the top. It won't actually reduce your current HP, which is nice of it. I think of the three, that's the one to go for. Unless I start using her ability more and more. In which case, maybe the first one, because then we'll be doing a lot more reload. But I think our reload is too slow, even with that boost. It's a cool. I'm just going to go with the movement speed, because then maybe some of the other Gale stuff works with that. So, okay. Oh, getting a bit hemmed in here. Okay, next up. So increasing reload rate and the max ammo could be useful. And in fact, if that's on our reload tree, so you can get to the point where you have very slow, very quick reloads even, so that's good. The Holy Shield regenerates quicker, could be useful. And the Magic Lens, which I haven't been picking up on the Ghost, I think reload rate is what we want. And, you know, as well, if you look at her ability, that just creates a nice bit of bullet hell for all of our enemies. But our reload rate is still quite slow. So reload rate, I think, is definitely where we want to focus. If we can get that much quicker, then using her ability becomes much more useful. Ice Shard, taking aim, so that increases bullet speed, which is a good tree to be on. Pickup range, you can see I'm leaving quite a lot of XP on the table, so that maybe is something I want to use as well. It's way too late in the game for Dragonet to be useful. And the reason I say that is because it says it hatches in 3 minutes. And the other things in the tree are things that happen every 60 seconds. So you want to get all these upgrades as quickly as possible, so that your dragon is like super powerful as early as possible. Or, you know, by the end of the game when you need the dragon to be doing all your dragon things. So, Ice Shard or Pickup, or Take Aim, because the thing about Take Aim is the things that come after it. The Assassin ability is quite good. Ice Shard, did we take the other? One thing that could be improved with this is it should say which one you have of this tree. Because I know that I have this one, but I can't remember if I have the Frostbite. Think so? Yeah, I think I took it because I wanted to get to Shatter. So that's why I was thinking maybe I should take this because I get closer to Shatter. And we're not going to be shooting our last ammo that often. Let's go with pickup range. Maybe it's a bit of a curveball, but hopefully that means I'll be going up the levels a lot quicker. There you go, that's Abby's ability working her magic. It can definitely get you out of some tight spots, but I am missing something from this build because they are starting to close in. Right, then you have sometimes these special ones that pop up. So they got a bit of red to them, and they will pop up when you've chosen various things, and there's normally no downside to any of these, or like, normally, I say. So given the choice, you should probably go with that one. Extra fire rate, reload rate, ammo, piercing, bullet damage. And this may be, as I was saying, we're missing something. This is going to hopefully make us go up a magnitude. I don't know. It's still, so we just lost our shield there. It's still a bit of a struggle to kill all these enemies. We need an upgrade to improve in some way. We need the upgrades that are going to give me power. Okay, so evolutions are new. I don't think I've encountered them. I don't know when they trigger. Maybe it's level 20. So I'm going to read them all out because I don't know what they are. Fiery payload. Your bullets have a 20% chance to inflict burn for 6 damage per second in a small area. Okay, that's quite powerful. Flash mag. On every 10th shot, launch a wave of lightning strikes that deals 22 damage each. That seems like 1 in every 10, well, that's 1 every 5. And here again, bullets have a 10% to inflict frozen bullets that deal 400% more damage against frozen enemies. I'm now trying to think which one of these I like the sound of the most. Now, I was thinking lightning, because we're doing lightning quite a bit already. But it's it's static damage, I think. You know, 22 damage each time on every 10th shot. A wave of lightning strikes. It doesn't say how many. That could be quite a few. And that could be quite powerful. It's you see on the screen, I already have like all these frozen enemies. So being able to do 400% damage more to them, and I have good bullet damage, I think that's the one to go for. Okay, so that's the evolution. Okay, so we're now down to our last life, and it's maybe not going to go so well. And you can see our bullet shape has changed. When you're in this situation, you want to go in one direction and shoot, but all the experience is up here. So you want to go in the direction you're shooting, which preferably is the direction where your experience is. Right, next up, do I go for Pyro? Because I need to start getting more HP, and that's on the HP tree. Well, there is HP on its tree, so I think that's a good move. So we'll choose that. So instead of worrying about all the enemies behind you, you can kind of make sure that you have an escape route. And sometimes going for that kill. Right, so Shatter, as I was mentioning, they have nerfed it. Is it still... Sometimes you take this and just the whole game changes. So you'll see, like, when enemies die, it just causes a chain reaction. And that chain reaction leads to just everything on screen dying sometimes. Oh, okay. But I still need to pay attention and go in one direction. And you can see I wasn't paying attention or going one direction, and I died. How long did I survive for? 9 minutes and 56 seconds. So very close to 10 minutes. And I think that would have been the point where a new boss came. And so this is 20 minutes to midnight in my explaining way. I'm going to stop the video here, but I'm going to maybe create another couple runs. If you're interested, check out the extra videos, which may even be suggested to you right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, and if you think you would enjoy more, then please subscribe, or even join me live on Twitch. Whilst it's cliche, all of these will help the channel. On screen is something carefully curated, or something the YouTube algorithm suggests, or maybe even both. In any case, have a great day.